So I have had a lot of health issues since I was about 16. Took a long time to go through the diagnosis process. I'm still going through it, but the main thing is that I have a genetic connective tissue disorder called Ehlers-Danlos Syndrome that provides complications everywhere in my body.
So EDS is a genetic connective tissue disease. It's incurable and it creates a whole lot of other issues with your body.
One of the biggest of those is tethered cord. I've had 2 neurosurgeries for that to try to help that in my spinal cord, and I ultimately have a spinal cord injury from that as well.
She was able-bodied, she was a teenager, and she went down and she never got up. It was like something you could never imagine, but worse than that, we couldn't help her. She was in so much pain. She no longer smiled, she didn't talk. There was nothing we could do to help. We had one top teaching hospital tell us that she was one of the sickest children they'd ever seen, and they didn't know why. And she got worse and worse, and nobody could help her. There was nothing we could do. So it was a helpless nightmare.
And that was at the age of 16, which obviously is a time in your life where you're supposed to be getting more independent, going out into the world, experiencing the world. And so that was very difficult because my life changed. I was just in so much pain. I was so sick that I didn't even want to do anything. And it was a long journey of no answers and just not seeing the world go by without me. It's a very lonely experience, and it is very isolating just from the rest of the world as everybody moves on and you wish you could, but it's just something that you can't do at that time.
She went back to high school in her wheelchair, and one day she went into a room and she couldn't get out. She couldn't open doors when she was in her wheelchair. So she spent a few hours trapped in that room until somebody else came into the room and opened the door for her.
I didn't even feel like there was a future. I didn't see a future. Everything that I had seen in my future that I had wanted before this, to go to college, to go travel, to get out into the world, I didn't see any of that as even remotely possibilities for me anymore.
Emma came to us and said, "Can I apply for a service dog?" And we said, "We're not sure." Emma's medical bills were massive, and I'm talking hundreds of thousands of dollars. And we had to tell her that we couldn't stretch ourselves to it. So Emma went away, being Emma, tough and determined, and made a PowerPoint presentation for us on service dogs and canine companions.
So it started with a spreadsheet actually of service dog organizations. The one thing I kept seeing was Canine Companions over and over again. It was the only one that I was seeing very consistently, and I started to look more into their program, into the stories. The biggest piece for me was that the dogs are provided at no cost, because I knew that that was a barrier that at that point in time was probably insurmountable for us.
She would ask us every week, "Have you made a decision?" And eventually we looked at Canine Companions, we looked at their reputation, we looked at their dogs, we looked at what they do, what they stand for. So we went to Canine Companions for an interview, and we saw the hope in Emma's eyes. It was like she was in daylight when she'd been in the dark.
Being accepted really just gave me something to look forward to, a hope that things could get better, things could get easier for me, that I wasn't going to be maybe dependent, or at least not to the same level, forever.
And Midas comes along, this big, smart boy.
It was really so powerful to be handed that leash and to be like, now we are going to go into the world together, and I'm not alone. I can go places by myself because I'm not actually by myself. I became excited to go out into the world for the first time because all of a sudden I was ready and I could see the future.
She could go to college, and she got her independence that we didn't know if she would ever get back.
My life on campus with Midas is fun. He sees this place as a playground. He's very proud of every single life choice he's made up till this point. He loves college, and I absolutely adore doing college with him. I know that there is nowhere that I cannot go that he will not be able to help me. He's just right there. He's really eager to help. I think that's one of the most incredible things for me personally, about having a service dog, is I went from being frustrated with my limitations to not needing to be frustrated because Midas doesn't care if I've dropped something for the 4th time. He's more than happy to go get it for me.
Emma has independence. The girl that was so full of life and then suddenly wasn't, she's full of life again. And she's having adventures. And I mean, every single dollar that goes into these dogs is priceless to us.
Thank you doesn't even touch the surface, and I think that's something that sometimes what I struggle with when I talk to donors is like, my life has been completely and totally changed. And I don't know how you use just 26 letters of the alphabet to say that. I don't know how you do, because it's just been a remarkable experience, and my life has completely and totally changed, and I will never fully be able to express my gratitude for that.
I don't sleep every night. I don't think anyone would expect me to, but I tell you what, I sleep a lot better with Midas being beside her.